the legend in the building today, Alicia Keys.
Hey, come on.
I got to ask you real quick, does it smell burnt in here?
No, what happened?
Thank God, because I feel like everyone that's come in here before you has said that it smells burnt. Our producer, we got Alicia Keys
what happened
coming in the building today, and so we decided to light a candle.
Well, I mean, okay, got it. Well, definitely, if it was a Keys candle, it's gonna smell amazing.
It's I think it's a Harry Styles candle.
Oh man,
actually.
that's why.
You know how like
Come on, Harry, you know Harry's gonna make it smell burnt in here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of an old one too. You know how like everyone says that your house has a smell, but you don't know what it smells like?
Yes.
I feel like that's the case here in the studio.
I
like
feel you.
everyone says we got a smell, and so when you're coming in, we're like, we got to mask it with something. Now it just smells like a California wildfire.
No, it's good. No, you guys are all right. I can't smell anything. I feel nothing but good vibes.
Good. So how you feeling? I know the tour's wrapping up, right?
I know. I feel like amazing. I feel so excited. This is the best show I've ever done yet. Keys to the Summer. I'm just loving it. I'm sad it's finishing, but I'm excited to do the last show. There's nothing like the first show, nothing like the last show, you know?
Right. Is every tour different?
Yes.
Really?
Every single tour is different. Every single experience is different. I mean, I have to say that it's always great because I love to perform and I love the live energy. Is so much fun. But this one is just different. It's incredible.
I feel like so the tour, I think it started like June 28th.
Right.
It's like a little bit more than 30 days later. So all those shows are so back to back.
Definitely.
You're doing a ton of press. Like you are busy.
Definitely.
And
you know, you have to go back to back because you got a certain amount of window with all these bodies that you're moving around, and so you kind of have to hit it. But it's great. It's also really exciting to go to the different cities, and I've been to cities that I haven't been to either in a really long time or ever. You know, like we did Louisville, Kentucky. And it was just crazy. Like the energy was insane. Or I haven't done Utah, Salt Lake City in like maybe 10 years. So there was definitely, they were like, you better come back.
I believe it. Do you have a strict like sleep schedule? Like how do you not get sick when you're doing so much back to back?
I definitely, thank you for asking.
I believe it.
I think that, you know, I definitely am very healthy. I eat well. You know, I don't know how well I sleep though, because, you know, you're excited and it takes forever to go to sleep. I have a whole bunch of tinctures. I have vitamin B and immunity defenses and all these kind of things that keep my immune system strong.
I hear artists say sometimes that after a tour, especially one back-to-back like the one you're on right now, like sometimes you hit like a post-tour depression, right? It's so go, and then all of a sudden
like
it's stopped.
Nothing.
Yeah, is that something you feel?
I can't say I'm depressed about doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really good about it. I'm looking forward to it. But I can see, you know, I do think for all of us, we get really used to kind of moving and working, just everyone.
Yeah.
And then if you do have time to slow down, sometimes it feels awkward, but I really like it too.
So you're doing this thing for the first time, this 360 tour. It's like, so you're in the middle of this stage. Everybody's wrapped around you. There's no behind the stage seats. Like everyone's got a good seat in the house. How's that been so far?
This is incredible. It's my first 360 show. And so it's very special. I've never experienced it like this before, which may be why I feel like it's the best show that I've ever done. But I think altogether, the 360, it's right on the middle of the floor. Every seat, I get to touch the people from every direction. And normally, you know, you're in one side and everyone's kind of on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's just a different experience. So this one makes it feel really intimate. Even though the show is quite big, it feels like personal. You feel connected.
I feel like we appreciate that as a fan too, because sometimes when I really want to see a show, they'll sell those seats that are legit behind the stage.
Right.
And you're still kind of watching it all on a TV. You know what I mean?
see this.
I know. And if you want to see an artist, like you're still down, but I think it's cool that you're doing this whole immersive experience. And does the stage rotate?
It does. Parts of the stage rotate, which is amazing. I think the other part that's really exciting sonically is it makes it very difficult to hang and rig, but the speakers are in a 360, so all around you hear the music in a way that I don't think you really usually hear. So it's special.
How many pianos come out on this tour?
Definitely at least 2 pianos are out there at all times. You know, we have 2 different vibes. I love my piano this tour. I call it my Liberace piano. It's very, very sparkly. It's like has all the shine, and then the top of it is all plexi, so you can see all the strings from the top. It's real sick.
Do you design those?
Shout out to Yamaha, my engineer Ann Mincielli actually, and Yamaha. We designed this piano together, and the second piano also has this very see-through. Even the keys, if you look at the side, we used a clear plexi on the side, so it looks like the keys are floating. It's pretty sick. The detail.
I grew up playing piano, so like this is, I mean, not Alicia Keys level. Let's like relax on that. But my God, like I'm just so obsessed with it. We also out the window saw your tour bus pulling up. I want to know, do you got a piano in the tour bus too?
I don't.
No, okay.
The tour bus is a little tight, but in the past I have put pianos on the tour bus because I thought I was going to produce all this music on the bus, and then you're just exhausted. You're like, I'm not doing anything after the show. What am I thinking? But I tried.
One of my favorite things I've seen within the last couple of days here, and it comes out of this news that lately so many artists have been taking things from the crowd that they throw on stage, which is not only dangerous but unfortunate. And then
weird.
It's so weird.
It's totally strange.
But then I see this video come out of, I think it's your Seattle show, where your son Genesis, 8 years old, goes on stage and he's sitting up there like your bodyguard, mean mugging the crowd just to make sure his mom is safe.
I don't, you know what is so adorable, because he is, he's definitely not the guy that's like, oh, I want to come out on stage. He's kind of shy. And so that day he was really excited. He actually got this little jacket that we made him, and it had Genesis' name on it, and it had like the Keys signal logo in the back. And so he was really excited about it. He asked me to go on stage, and I was like, really? You?
So he
Genesis?
asked you?
He's like, Mom, I got to go on stage. And I was like, really?
And he seemed for real about it
So
too.
I'm like, well, where are we going to do this? So I figured, okay, the encore is perfect. He could come out and he could say, Seattle, you want my mom to do one more song? So he comes out. He owns the whole thing, Seattle. And he's like so loud. And he says the whole thing. And then he just stands there, right? Because what else is he going to do? He kind of has to stand there and wait. I didn't realize it would end up having him look like a security guard.
It did. No, it definitely did.
But he's a tough little kid. Like, you kind of can't cross Genesis. If you've seen any posts about Genesis, he's a serious guy. He's not here to play no games. So it was in right with his character. But it was so cute. And I was saying that people were in the comments saying that his Crocs, because he had Crocs on.
I love it.
That his Crocs were in sports mode. So apparently that means when the back is up, like you're ready to do whatever.
Yeah.
He was ready to do
for
whatever.
Anything. He looked like he was serious up there. Like if you throw some at my mom, you can catch his hands.
No, he was definitely
there's no
going,
smile.
No, but listen, the vibe has not been like that. We're not perpetuating that type of energy. That's not been the energy on the stage. It's unfortunate that that's happened in a few circumstances. But like mostly, I think people are really wanting to have a good time at the show. They love the artists they're seeing, and they're not trying to do anything crazy.
It does make me curious, though. Like, as you're on stage, you are seeing this news. Is it something you think about when you're up there?
I don't. I really don't. I just, of course I see it, and I'm like, what? That's weird. What? Why would it do it? You know what I mean? Or whatever. But and I, and I don't want the artist. I want the artist to be good. But I, when I'm on stage, it's just a different type of vibe in what we're doing, and the energy is incredible. Everybody feels joyful. Everybody's in a great mood. It's the keys to the summer tour. We're creating summer memories. Everybody's up on their feet the whole time, dancing, singing, just feeling free. That's the vibe. So that's all anybody's thinking about.
Are the kids musically talented? Like, do they do music?
They do. My oldest, Egypt, is like kind of in the middle of all the kids, and he plays piano. Our oldest, he's producing. Even the one below him, he's also writing, producing. Like they're very creative, very creative. So it's a cool thing. It's cool to see how it kind of gets into the blood. What's
interesting to me is I feel like I told you, I grew up playing piano, and to me, like, that was my way to express my emotions, right? So it was so big to me. And I don't have kids, but I hope to someday. And like, I want them to love music like I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes I think the more you want your kid to love something you love, sometimes the less they love it.
Yeah, because maybe you force them or you push them into it because you're so excited about them learning it. So I can see that. But, it's like, it kind of depends. Like, if they're going to love it, they're going to. And if they're not going to really get into it, that's cool too.
Yeah.
They'll get into something else. But I know what you mean. Music is such a special way to just express, to connect. It's really fun. Did you play classical, or did you play like what kind of?
I started with classical. It was this weird thing too. I feel like sometimes that's exactly what happened. My mom wanted me to learn classical, and it was hard, right? And they teach you scales first, and then I had this one piano teacher who came in, and she's like, actually, show me a song you want to learn to play. Like, I'm going to teach you how to play that song so that when you're sad, you have something to play, and then you'll get the meaning of music, and then you'll want to learn the scales to get better. And I thought that was the most incredible way to teach somebody, because that's the only thing that made me stick through it.
That's cool. I think when teachers are really able to, see what sparks you and go with that, it's unforgettable. Those are the best teachers of our lives.
They really are.
I love it.
So you're doing this musical too, Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
So true or false, have you really been working on this for 13 years?
Yeah, it's been somewhere between 11 and 13. I'm not sure the discrepancy, but regardless, it's been a long time. And I'm so excited about this piece. It's my first musical. It's called Hell's Kitchen. Obviously, I grew up in Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen in itself is a character. Like, it's just a whole world, a whole universe. Everybody that you meet in this piece, you meet a 17-year-old girl named Allie, and she's really trying to find her way, who she is, what's her identity, how does she express her freedom, how does she find herself? And there's not a soul that's not going to relate to this story. The music is incredible.
I bet.
And not only do you have your favorites, but there's new songs as well.
New songs, really?
Yes. And it is such a special, like, because I've been working on it so long, you know, the story is dialed in, so it's really good.
And I read it was it's loosely based off your life, right?
That's for sure. It's definitely, you know, the experiences that are real and moments that are real, but it is, you know, not exactly my life.
Of course,
so I want people to like keep their minds open.
But like some of the struggles that you said, Allie is her name? Allie. So are some of the struggles some of the things that maybe you went through at some point? So
Definitely.
How do you find a lead role that you trust to, in some ways, represent you and your struggles that you've been through? Like,
listen,
I can't imagine.
It's not easy. Everybody said like, well, how are you going to find Allie? But I got to say, we found the most amazing Allie. Her name is Malia Joy Moon. You're going to watch A Star Being Born. She is unbelievable. Her voice is tremendous. Her vibe is like that right energy. Her acting is spectacular. She's like fresh, so you guys, like, she's just not tainted. She's just got that raw, real thing to her. In fact, the entire cast is unbelievable. You guys are gonna lose it. It actually opens November 19th at the Public. That's right. Yeah, that's the first step. That's where Hamilton opened.
Okay.
That's the first step before you go to Broadway. You do it at the Public or a sponsoring theater, and we're really excited. So this is a journey y'all are gonna be on with me, and I can't even believe it.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
it's
me
cool
too.
to find that new talent too. Do you listen to new music? Are you looking for new artists all the time?
You know what? I think about it's so funny. Think about that a lot. I just started Alicia Keys Records, and for my music, because I am an independent artist and I love it. After all these years being able to like just be the head of my own energy and my own creativity, and so I think a lot about artists, and I think about how special it would be for me to have artists, and I never have before, just because it's really hard. It's really hard to have artists, and it's hard to find the right people with the right energy and the right work ethic and intention, because it takes a lot. Like, it doesn't just happen. Like, you really have to grind and have it in your spirit. So I haven't done that before, but I'm thinking about that now, and I'm thinking about like wanting to do that.
So from your shoes now, as someone who's looking for that new artist, and then I feel like these days that new artist scene is a little bit different, just with the relevance of social media and TikTok, and sometimes you need that thing to go viral or whatever it is. Do you think there's a new recipe, like a new sauce to finding that new artist than there was maybe back in the 2000s?
You know, I think that regardless, the sauce is the same. You know, if you thinking about music, you know, 100 years ago or now, of course, it's faster now and more people have more access, and you can be kind of anyone and put your music out there, which I think it's very democratic, which I think is really cool about music. You know, that idea that you can do it at any place at any time. But you know when a person has a special thing, like you know it, you hear it, you feel it, there's something about them you can't put your finger on, and that thing that you just can't quite describe, that's the thing that makes the difference. And I think when you feel that and see that, and you have to have that in multiple ways. You got to be able to do that on social. You got to be able to do that in real life. That's the hard part. Real life.
Right.
Like, hold on, I got to do this with no filters, no punching.
Got to be authentic. You got to believe it. Yeah.
And then, but when you have a special thing, you like, it's undeniable.
Like, doesn't matter where you're born, what the circumstances are, you find that thing, and if you can exploit that,
it's a beautiful thing. If you can help support it and, you know, hopefully teach people, because thing is, the business is dirty. So you want to make sure you're bringing people in. I want to make sure I'm bringing people in that I can enhance their life in a way that they be learning and smart and be able to like beat the system in a way.
I think new artists need that too, because in some ways it's better because so many more people have this platform where you can get exposed, right? But in some ways it's almost like daunting too, because there is so much more competition and so many people that are looking at you. So it's cool to have you looking for that one thing to be able to pull out the talent still. Yeah,
no, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the possibility, and there's so many amazing people, and music is so limitless, you know, and I think the cool part is that, you know, people are so into music no matter what. It's like a lifesaver. So it will always live. It will always shine. And it's a new world. So we can kind of create what we want.
I love that. I do want to ask you about this before we go here, and this is kind of random, but I'm just so curious. You got this new skincare product, Soul Care.
Oh, yes.
Can guys wear this?
Yes,
because I've been wondering,
for guys.
Is it really
1,000%? Because the idea about Soul Care is amazing. The idea is that we have only 5 minutes to wash your face, jump in the shower, whatever it is. And how do you take routine and turn it into a ritual? How do you start to become good to yourself too? The world is crazy. We have to deal with so much. How do you kind of calm your mind down? So every bottle has an affirmation on it, and you can use the skincare. The skincare is amazing. The body care is amazing. You can use it. I'm sending it to you tomorrow.
This is what I need, because I feel like I've wondered this my whole life. As a guy, like, we don't really talk about skincare routines that much. And I was like, do I need a skincare routine?
I think everybody does. The better you are to your skin, the more it's going to forever be good to you, And it's simple. You don't have to be all like do a million things. You can just do some simple stuff.
I feel like Alicia Keys is a girl to ask about that.
I got you.
Hell yeah, let's
And when you're telling everybody that this is like your face looks better than it ever did.
Like, this is that Alicia Keys routine right here.
And your soul is going to feel good. So two layers covered.
But one more question. I'm just so sorry. Like, you got this record label, you got the skincare routine, you're doing a Broadway musical, you're on tour. At this point, you don't even have to. Like, why? Like, why? What drives you?
It's just that I love everything that I do. I really do. I only do what I love. So it's not work, it's play for me. It's like things that I really believe in, things that I'm passionate about, things that are going to touch people in a way that's, positive and good. Because the world is crazy. Like, we got all this negativity that we see all the time, that we hear all the time. Sometimes you feel that it's winning, you know what I mean? So for me, I've always been the antithesis of that. I've always been the opposite of that. Yeah. And so I feel like it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love what I do. I love the way I connect with people. It's my favorite thing. It's my purpose. So no, I'm not going nowhere.
I love it.
And I'm not sitting down somewhere. We got things to do.
I'm ready to run through a wall for you right now. I love this.
Let's go.
Tonight is the very last night of the Keys to the Summer Tour. Get your tickets. It's going to be incredible. It's at the Kia Forum. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com. Alicia Keys, thank you so much for stopping by.
I love you.
You're amazing.